What's up, guys? Blade Master here, going to be bringing you a Total War Warhammer online battle. I fought this against Indie Pride from the Milk and Cookies Total War YouTube channel. Great YouTuber. He brings a lot of Total War content, Total War Warhammer content especially, and you should definitely go check him out. Lots of multiplayer stuff, and was heavily involved in the tournament scene, the ESL tournament scene. Helped cast like the first two tournaments. I'm sure you guys know of him, but in any case, if you haven't, I've posted a link to his channel in the description. So definitely go check out his channel. We are playing this in the super pre-alpha of Blade Balance for Total War Warhammer. I've taken the Greenskins as usual, and Indie Pride has taken the Warriors of Chaos. So far, I haven't made too many changes to Blade Balance. I've basically changed a lot of the mana cost for a lot of the spells, and I thought I reduced the damage for many of the spells, but what I actually stumbled on might be more interesting. I might have instead reduced the variability of damage for many of the single target spells, which could be really cool. A lot of the spells right now, they either do a lot of damage or they do very little. There's too much randomness going on. So if I can reduce that to something a bit more manageable, that could be very interesting. Another change that I've made to the Greenskins especially is to reduce the cost of Grimgor Ironhide from 1700 to 1500. And Indie Pride gave a very interesting suggestion to helping improve the melee heroes in Total War Warhammer, because still I don't really see why anyone would bring a melee hero instead of a magic hero or magic lord. And he said that increasing their magic resistance to something like 75% for Grimgor Ironhide, for some of the heroes that cannot be put on mounts or cavalry, increase their magic resistance to something like 75%, which would really dissuade people from using single target spells to try and gen snipe from way across the field. Of course, in Blade Balance right now, you cannot gen snipe from across the field using something like Spirit Leech, because Spirit Leech's range has been heavily reduced. It used to have 100 range, and now you need to be, I've halved that, so you need to be within 50 meters of the enemy hero or the enemy target if you want to use Spirit Leech. So that could be pretty interesting. I'm still testing out a lot of stuff, and it's going to take a while before it comes to any sort of proper balance. On to the battle. Indie Pride has brought the Warriors of Chaos, as I said, and pretty interesting army with them. He's brought a lot of Chaos Marauders with great weapons. You can see 3 Chaos Marauders without and 4 Chaos Marauders with great weapons, forming his second line. I don't really see why he decided to bring these guys though, because they do have a lot of armor piercing damage. Yeah, 20 armor piercing damage, but the Greenskins usually don't really have too much in the way of armor. Maybe he expected me to bring a lot of black orcs, in which case these guys would be useful, but I tend not to bring the black orcs anyways. He's brought a chaos spawn, which I'm interested to see how they would do in this battle. They seem to be pretty decent in terms of a monster unit. As we see, one of the Chaos Marauders engaged with the goblins, and now I've issued attack orders with my orc boys. I've brought the usual bunch of orc boys and bunch of savage orcs with orc biggins on the flanks, and orc boar boys to help support. His general is going to go straight into combat, no sniping going on. He's bunched up a lot of his units as he's trying to move through this, move right close to this chasm right here. And Chaos Warriors with great weapons and Chaos Spawn are going to feel the Foot of Gork here. And while I said that Foot of Gork isn't really great, it's very good at when you're dealing with a lot of units clustered up like that. So Grimgor Ironhide now going to charge into battle against Chaos Marauders with great weapons. And I'm going to be bringing in my Orc Boys and Savage Orcs. I've of course got a Giant here, and I didn't keep him on the flanks because I knew that there weren't going to be any missiles for me to worry about. The Chaos Marauders with great weapons here getting very close to my Orc Boar Boys, who initially charged and then pulled away from that battle. So a bit of mismicro going there, that's just Blade Master tradition. Chaos Marauders here broken due to Orc Boys and I believe another Foot of Gork being used. And the Giant here causing the terror that the Giant is known for. And I'm going to be using a friendly Hex to buff his damage. And look at that, 160 melee attack. A Goblin over here is going to hold off some of these Forsaken, who should do a shit ton of damage against the Greenskin army. Because Greenskins have low armor, Forsaken have low armor piercing, but they've got very high melee attack and very decent weapon strength as well. It's just that not much of it is armor piercing. They are very susceptible to cavalry charges, so I charge in with an orc boar boys as I get ready with my orc boys to get to charge into the main line and help support them. The giant's still doing plenty of damage against the Chaos Warriors here. He had a Chaos Warrior third line, and there's really not much that he can do against the giant. He doesn't have much in the way of killing off the giant. He doesn't have any cavalry or any single damage spells. So I think he's brought the... I forget what his name was, but he's Indie Pride has got a narrative campaign with that guy, Sigvald the Magnificent, I believe his name is. Forsaken here is chomping through the Orc Biggins. They got 106 kills, so definitely did quite well. The Savage Orcs helping out the Orc Boys with their what's it called, Berserk ability or something like that. Something it buffs melee attack and stuff like that. It's a pretty useful ability to have, and especially against something like Warriors of Chaos who don't have any skirmishers, you can afford to bring these guys and not be afraid of getting shot to death by enemy arrows. Chaos Warriors getting hammered by Orc Boar Boys from the front. Orc Shaman has been very busy, and so has Grimgar Ironhide. 46 kills, chomping through the Chaos Warriors, but the giant is proving to be too immense for the Chaos Warriors to handle. The Chaos Marauders with great weapons killed off by the Orc Biggins, but the Chaos Spawn now coming into the side of my Orc Boys, and they will do very, very well, but they're going to come up against a giant and they wouldn't really know what to do against them. Boom! On the right flank, though, Sigvald the Magnificent has done quite a decent job of dispatching all of my Orc Boar Boys, and my Savage Orcs. And now this Orc Boar Boy is going to come in for a charge and just hold down Sigvald and the rest of the Chaos Warriors before they collapse onto the rear of my main line, which is very precarious right now. A lot of my Savage Orcs are starting to rout. They've done a decent bit of damage, but it now is up to the Orc Boar Boys to come in with timely charges and pin down some of the enemies while my retreating and routing units come back. Orc Shaman, I believe, has done really well, but his job is not yet done. The right flank is collapsed because the Chaos Marauders with great weapons and Chaos Warriors were far too much for my Orc Boar Boys to handle. These Orc Boys are going to get chewed through by Chaos Warriors, and it's up to the giant to basically help me or assist me in winning this game, if I am to win this game. Sigvald the Magnificent gets a beautiful charge in on Grimgar Ironhide, and Grimgar's shitty leadership is going to show over here for the pride and joy of the Greenskin army. He doesn't really have the greatest morale, but yeah, I don't know if I would be very stupid if this wasn't Sigvald, but I don't really know too much about the Warriors of Chaos. Grimgar has lost a shit ton of health, and he's just about ready to die from Sigvald's steed. And boom, not yet. A couple more whiffs and that should be all. He is dealing a lot of damage, and there we go. Grimgar Ironhide is out of the field, which means that this Greenskin army is very susceptible of routing. But in Blade Balance, I've reduced the penalties for your gen dying from minus 16 morale to minus 12. So the gen died recently. It does cause a lot of morale penalties, and a lot of units start to waver, but it's not as significant as it was. I think it's a slight nerf, but it's a very I think it helps a lot in terms of the feel of the combat, and it puts less of an emphasis on sniping the enemy general. The giant, of course, doesn't care if the general has been sniped. He's got 100 leadership, and that's not going anywhere, and he's going to clobber through Sigvald the Magnificent. Already got a single XP chevron. The giant does so well in this sort of army because you bring so many units, and you can just use them to swarm the front line and then use the giant to clobber through the rear. I'll be bringing a review on or a guide on the giant very, very soon, so stay tuned for that. Very fun game. Neither of us tried to snipe the enemy general, and I think that helped make this battle a lot more epic. The Forsaken did quite well. Two of them got a lot of kills. One of them didn't really do as much. The Chaos Marauders and the Chaos Marauders with great weapons weren't too useful for Indie Pride. But the Chaos Warriors, very sturdy unit. They do cost a fair bit, but they definitely held down a lot of my units and killed off a lot of them. The giant, though, there was really nothing that he could do with this sort of army against them. Or sorry, against him. If I can take a quick look at... No, not multiplayer battle. I just want to take a quick look at the Warriors of Chaos. Let me see if this was Sigvald or not. No, it wasn't. It was the Chaos Lord, Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Death. Oh, no, wait, it wasn't. It was just a regular Chaos Lord. Oh, God. Yeah, it was just a regular Chaos Lord. You can't really blame me. I mean, look at how many different lords are there. I know nothing of the lore, so I don't know how to really identify them. So, sorry about that. The Chaos Lord on... I don't think Sigvald... Yeah, Sigvald can't be put on a horse, so I really should have learned back then. He was on like a Barded Chaos Steed or something like that. The Chaos Warriors for 800 talents did... Or 800 gold did really, really well. And so did the Forsaken. But yeah, I don't really see why the Chaos Marauders with great weapons were brought. No need for units with great weapons, in my opinion, against Greenskin army. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that battle and my terrible commentary and completely confusing Sigvald with the Chaos Lord. Hope you guys enjoyed it and stay tuned for more. Peace.